back in the later 90s, there would be certain films that you would see, certain covers, VHS covers, that would like grab your attention. Sometimes you would rent these films and sometimes you wouldn't. But regardless of whether you did or didn't, the cover art would just, command your attention. And one of these films was Night of the Zombies, awesomely and unforgettably directed by Bruno Mattei. I remember seeing the cover for this film a number of times, and one day I decided to go ahead and let's rent this movie. And I saw the movie, and it definitely was like a zombie film like no other. I think the first thing that I guess I spotted that the first thing that grabbed my attention, the fact that they were SWAT members in the film, wearing suits that look quite similar to the ones that Ken Foray and Scott Reiniger wore in Dawn of the Dead. And this film came maybe was released like a year or two after Dawn of the Dead. So yeah, I was thinking, well, somebody's definitely was watching Dawn of the Dead when I saw this movie. And then not long after seeing these SWAT members in this zombie film, they actually were playing music that no, they can't be playing this music. Not something that was derivative of this particular soundtrack, track. No, they were literally playing this piece of music that clearly belonged to another film, and it was what could be considered maybe the main theme of Dawn of the Dead, from Goblin. But yeah, so I'm saying this film actually has the nerve to not only steal the idea of SWAT members, battling zombies from Dawn of the Dead, but they are now literally taking the music, the actual music from Dawn of the Dead. And I'm it's not even 20 minutes into the film. We are definitely in for a ride watching the rest of this movie. And by the time the film ended, it was actually quite memorable. Some of the crazy stuff that happened in this film, and the ending was definitely caught me off guard, just how exceedingly bleak that it was. But then after I watched Night of the Zombies, I didn't really think about it much. Probably didn't think about it at all in the years that I saw it, at least the few years after I saw it anyway. It definitely was a movie that I remember that had an impact on me in terms of seeing it. Not that it was the greatest thing ever, but I just remember it really entertaining. There were moments like the ripping off of Dawn of the Dead that I remembered clearly. But yeah, for a movie that definitely had an imprint on me, I just didn't think much about it after the fact, and that's a rare thing. And so this is now we're in the 2000s, and I heard word that Night of Zombies was going to be released on DVD, and I'm like, oh, cool. All of a sudden I started thinking about the film again, yeah, well, let's buy it. And so I don't remember specifically who bought Night of the Zombies. I don't know if it was me or my brother Kevin. I do remember seeing the DVD cover though, and it's saying Hell of the Living Dead. Why does this say Hell of the Living Dead? This should be saying Night of the Zombies. It was the exact same cover as the Night of Zombies VHS cover I saw years before, but it has a different title. I'm like, okay, I looked at the back and I'm like, this looks like the same film. The images on the back is the same film, and same poster, and on all the other info, and yeah, this is definitely the same film as a different title, but okay, all right. And so we watched it, and it was just as enjoyable, seeing it for the first time DVD as it was seeing it on VHS. But then after that, same thing. It's I saw it, really liked it, You know, had an impression on me again. But then I totally forgot about it. Like, I didn't think about it. Like, again, that's a really rare thing for me. If I like a film, like really like a film, I don't even have to love it. I just have to really like it. Like, I'll think about it from time to time, scenes from it, you know, whatever. But I just didn't think about it at all. It was like this. It just went on for a couple of years. And now we're headed to the late 2000s, 2009 to be specific. And this is now like, you know, a couple of years after seeing, Night of Zombies. We only watched it once on DVD that I remember. And so, like, it was just out of blue. I think Kevin might have suggested us watching it. It was like towards the end of 2009 too. This might have been like December of 2009. And I remember I came home from work from a place that I just totally could not stand. Terrible place. But anyway, yeah. So it was like night, and I think Kevin suggested, like, out of the blue, let's watch Night of the Zombies. I think it was him. It could have been me, but I think it was him. And it was like, okay, all right. We haven't watched this film in years. I haven't thought about this film in years. But yeah, and so I went ahead digging inside our collection of DVDs and pulling out this film that we hadn't watched in quite a long while. And I didn't really have any expectations. I mean, you don't really have any expectations for a film you've seen more than once for the most part. Particularly if you've seen it like twice. Like, you know, once it passes like the second time test that it still holds up, you don't really think about anything major. Like, I don't have any major excitement or whatever. At least I tend to not to anyway. I don't know. But, so then we put it on, you know, and I don't know what it was about this particular viewing. But with this particular viewing, it's just like, it was almost, I don't want to say transformative, but it was like, it had a massive impact on us that the first two viewings did not have. It was like finally, like the third time we saw it, like, you know, say third time's the charm, like it, like all the greatness was fully unlocked on his viewing. Like, things finally clicked of us really being in tune with this movie, in sync, like winning from really liking this movie to becoming now a perennial favorite. Like, all out loving this movie, and we just enjoyed it in a way we had never did previously. And I don't know, it was definitely one of the best movie experiences I've ever had. Watching this third time around, I know, maybe we picked up on things we didn't pick up before, but it was just like almost magical, this third viewing. And then right after that third viewing was done, it's like I was definitely remembering it after that. It's like after the movie was over. Like, the first two times I watched it, really enjoyed it, but didn't think about it at all. And it wouldn't be into years till we see it again. Well, it was definitely not years until the fourth viewing, because I think we watched it again like just months later. You know, at most months later. Like, I don't know, we just got so excited and enthused for this movie that we had seen like years ago, like, and I don't know, in a way that we didn't think that was possible. I don't know if that even happened in any other film we've seen before or since. Like, usually when we love a movie, it's usually with the first viewing, or, you know, there have been times the second viewing, like, you know, we discover like how great it is. But I can't think if like it was the third viewing. Like we've had films like we see maybe once, even twice. Like, yeah, it's you know, it's good, it's fine, you know. But never that we really liked the first two times around. But then, like, I mean, I can't speak for Kevin. Like, maybe he thought about the film throughout the years. I'm pretty certain he probably had between viewings. I didn't. But anyway, it now became one of our favorite films of all time. Hell of the Living Dead, and yeah, it's just like, it's just so cheesy. It's just so ridiculous. It's just so absurd. But it's also so messed up and fucked up. And even, I don't know, it's just like, it's definitely something else. Like, it's definitely like, it's its own thing. Like, it's very much a ripoff of Dawn of the Dead in a number of ways. But it's also very much its own thing, mostly its own thing, actually. And it's a ripoff, you know, of other genres as well, and other types of movies. It's like this, amalgam. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing the word wrong, but this this magnificent medley of zombie madness. I mean, just the cast, like just the cast of characters, you know, are just, I don't know, just really just crazy and out there with the crazy and out there dialogue, doing crazy and out there things, the behaviors, antics, all that. It's just so endearingly entertaining. But I also like how it's also like really at times bleak and fucked up too. Um, like I don't know, like the film, like it shifts from tones to like silly, ridiculous, and silly, and it does like sharp turns into being like really dark and even overbearing at times, and then it goes right back to being silly. Like it's just like one point it's like an action movie, one point it's like a, you know, I mean, it's a horror movie from beginning to end, but at some points it's more action, and other times it's like kind of an adventure type of thing, and then other times it's this, it's that, it's comedic, it's serious, it's overly melodramatic. The film's all over the place. Like, it's literally all over the place, different locations. I mean, it does mainly take in one location, but the different locations are so different, like so vastly different from from another in the film, and yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a really unique film. It's certainly not a film for everyone. Like, I think because of the tonal shifts that it has, the crazy tonal shifts. I think like the acting might throw some people off of the broadness of the characters. Sometimes moments bordering on cartoonish. The dubbing might throw people off, and I don't know, just or the gore. Like, the film is actually pretty gory, pretty graphic. Maybe not necessarily always the most convincing gore, but it definitely is. It could be a stomach churner for sure, particularly when it gets to the later part of the movie. But yeah, just like I don't know. I wish I could better explain. I'm not doing the best explanation, but you know, just like I just love this movie. It's just so much fun. Like, it really is a lot of fun. You know, Hell, the Living Dead, and I think if you're a zombie fan, it is a must see. If you're a zombie fan, to watch this, because it's definitely a zombie film like nothing else out there. If you're a fan of like so bad it's good movies, you definitely need to go ahead and see this film. If you're looking for just crazy, bonkers shit, you know, type of cinema, then this film is definitely for you. Yeah, just like, it's a film that I've now seen like a multitude of times. A film that we watch at least every year. We watched it every year since 2009, sometimes twice in a year. The film looks fantastic in every format that's ever been in. Particularly like the 4K that came out recently. It looks really good, even though like some of the blood looks a little bit purple actually. But in this particular print, but yeah, like it looked great on Blu-ray, it looked great on DVD. But yeah, like yeah, Hell, Living Dead, if you're looking for just great, cheesy, like off the wall fun, you know, just something that is I don't know, all over the place in the best possible way, in the most entertaining of the ways, then Hell of the Living Dead, also known as Night of the Zombies, also known as Virus, is a film you must watch.